Hi, I'm Kat. I'm 3 weeks into the Zest4Life plan, and I just wanted to explain a bit if you're in two minds about starting or not, if you think it's the right thing for you. So I do a lot of hours at work. I'm a hairdresser. I don't take enough breaks, so I live on sugar, and it's really affecting my health. So I'm very lucky because I've got lots of clients who come from all walks of life. I get sometimes to ask a doctor whose hair I'm doing, what's the right thing to do, the best plan, and she said to me, keep it simple. You need to balance your blood sugar levels. It's all about blood sugars and just being really healthy, not doing low fat, and keeping a really balanced, healthy diet that's got lots of vegetables. So I was thinking, oh my goodness, I eat biscuits, lots of spaghetti and fizzy drinks, and no wonder I'm feeling exhausted all the time, because in my life, all my food is sugar basically. There's sugar in everything. Also, going from the certain slimming clubs that I won't mention, there's nothing wrong with them, but for me, I felt like it didn't suit me because, again, you can always find a way to get the sugar back in there. So when you go low fat, you're eating things like low fat yogurts and certain biscuits that are laden with sugar. So I always found a way to get that kind of glucose back in my diet. And also I think if you've got points to follow that are really strict, you end up trying to save them up and go mad at the end of the week, which I think everyone kind of tries to do. You always try to cheat the system. And if you think you've had a good week, you then say to yourself, oh, I'm going to treat myself with the most disgusting big burger, with all this processed meat in it and loads of sugar, loads of pretend ice cream, and in actual fact you're actually damaging your health. So I had a really good chat with her, and I wish that I had come across this Zest4Life sooner, but I'm so glad that I got your email, because it's really weird. I talked to the doctor in the chair, so I got a free appointment, which was amazing, and then I got the email from Georgina just saying, look, don't know if you're interested, but I'm starting this Zest4Life group, and what's so good about it is, although one-on-one is brilliant, I am able to say all the right things and then I go home and have pizza. So it's so nice to be in a group environment. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but it certainly works for me. So thank you. And there's a really good Facebook group.
Yeah.
It's private, because I know I was talking, I don't like being out on Facebook telling everyone what I've had for my lunch, because no one's really interested. But it's really nice to talk to other people in the same position, because if you're having a bit of a down day and you've forgotten to, you've eaten your breakfast a bit late and you're thinking, oh, I'm feeling a bit jittery, someone will put a snack on or something that they had for lunch, and you're like, actually, that's really nice and it's worth making the effort, taking the time out and making the food, because you feel so much better afterwards.
Do you find that people, because they're putting all that stuff on, you think, oh, well, I better do it as well then?
You're not competing, but you certainly want to stay up with everyone. You want to make sure that when you come in, you can say, oh God, that was really good, I tried that and it was really good. And sometimes you get ideas about things that you wouldn't normally put combinations of things together, and it does make you try new foods as well. And sometimes you think things like quinoa is a bit boring, but actually there's lots of different foods out there. You don't have to stick to, it's not as strict as I thought it would be, in a good way. So you can adapt it to your diet and your lifestyle. I love the fact that it's really simple with the plate. You just literally cut the plate into portions, and as long as it's kind of logical and you've put your carbs in there and you've put your protein and you eat loads of leafy green veg and vibrant vegetables.
You've taken a photo for the Facebook page as well.
You kind of done it. So
yeah.
And the support is great, and Geordie's always on the end of the phone. So, if you feel like you're struggling, you're not the only one, because everyone struggles in a different way. So it's
and
really
I think
good
it is a rocky road,
yeah.
There's a picture that I can remember from my training as a health coach, that the pathway to success is like all over the place before you actually get there. You don't just go straight to success, and you are going to have blips and you are going to have setbacks, but I think we're all in it. I think there's a real vibe, especially with a few of them, that we're all in it together, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it more than I thought I would, actually. I knew I'd enjoy it, but
we feel your enthusiasm, so that's
Yeah.
really good because you love what you do.
Yeah, I'm on the
makes you
Facebook
wanna-
sometimes at 11 o'clock at night. I'm thinking they're going to be telling me in a minute, you need to get to sleep on time, you need to go to bed earlier, and all these things. So yeah, what about mindset-wise? We haven't, obviously it's early days.
Yeah.
And we will be doing a lot more with mindset. But have you found like the wellness, the visioning, and the writing your?
The visioning is good
Right.
because you think sometimes that, oh, I'm everyone else is normal and I'm the only one that's the emotional eater, or oh, you know, things like that. And when other people say, oh God, I get home sometimes and I really want to do this or I feel like doing that, you think, yeah, me too. So you are kind of all in it together. And also I found like because I had so much sugar in my life, I did have a bit of a crash in the second week. But as long as you maintain that way of eating and you don't leave long spaces between eating, which I know is very hard, but that's something else as well that Georgie supports you in, doing the prep. Just making sure that you try and prep a little bit.
Because you'd have to prep like being a hairdresser, you'd back-to-back appointments.
I have to bring things in, but also I'm now not scared to say to my assistants, like, can you go and get me some oatcakes and a bit of hummus? And they'll do it, they don't mind. But it is just finding a way of keeping the right foods around you as well. That's what I found so helpful.
Brilliant. Anyone want to ask Kat any questions? It's quite nice standing here letting someone else talk for a change. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Kat.
thanks for listening. I just thought if you were in two minds, that's how I found it really helpful. The other clubs, I always felt like I got on the scales and it was like, oh, that's the same. You've only done a pound, you know, and it was all about what figure was on that scale instead of how I felt, if my jeans were a bit looser, or because it's mostly weight is a great part of it, but it's health as well, and that's the difference. You're trying to get a healthier lifestyle and not get diabetes when you're older and that kind of thing. So I haven't had a biscuit for 3 weeks. I'm just saying.
How are you feeling? What's
much
changed?
better. The fact that I'm not convenience food is the word for it. It's so convenient, but I've made sure that I've put things in place and I don't have that drop anymore because I'm eating stuff that doesn't mess with my blood sugars, because also that messes with your hormones as well. So you might feel a bit low one day, but it's because you haven't made your blood sugars stable. You've left too long in between eating. So sometimes you think you're going mad and you're like, oh, I just need chocolate or I just need this. Actually, you probably just need to nourish yourself a little bit, leave the gap a little bit smaller. That's how I found it. As long as I'm eating regularly and it's good and it's not spiking my blood sugars, I don't need the cake and the chocolate. And I had it every day. I had a lot. And I just have a bit of
I think you need a round of applause. Well done, you. I've got to keep going now for another 6 weeks. So Mary's been a one-to-one client of mine for a while, and she's now joined the group. So she can talk. You can answer the questions, or you can just talk. Whatever. You probably cover it all anyway.
Talk. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, I reiterate everything that you've said. Hallelujah. But maybe if I can tell you.
And I had no clue what they were going to say, so they could have said bad. I don't know what Mary's going to say.
Well, when I came to George, really at a time, if I can say a little bit what my day was like, I would wake up every morning absolutely shattered. Then you'd hit the tea and the coffee. Then you'd hit the sugar and the biscuits and the cake and the chocolate, and your day went falsely on a false little high through the coffee, really. And of course, then alcohol got involved at the weekend as well. So my energy levels were so falsely kept up by sugar, caffeine, really. So when I came to you, I was just wiped out, and my energy levels were terrible. I
can't remember you being like that. It's funny, I can't remember.
Maybe I lied. No, I didn't. Because you went, I was talking like that, and then you looked at that and you went, oh! You know, the sugar and the thing levels, they were really high. They were really high at the time. And I was doing absolutely no exercise whatsoever. And George has gone above and beyond helping me to do that, especially with the swimming.
Made me cry.
More in the light. She really has. You know, so I thank her so much for that. And I began swimming. So
I met, let's just explain that. I met Mary at 6:30 at the Lido every Monday morning to get her back into swimming. But I love swimming as well. It's not that, you know.
You really. Yeah. You know, so when I say she's got that's what I mean. She's helped me so much. But being a slightly competitive person, I feel I want to join the Zest4Life group now because I've been going so far and then falling back again and going. And I just need, not the competitors of the group, but definitely the feeling of the group to kind of keep you going. More, really.
Yeah.
But I reiterate completely what you say, especially the slump in the afternoon. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd be craving chocolate, sweet biscuits, something to get you. It's that slump that's gone, and it's just like a relief. You're not on that constant searching for your little sugar and caffeine highs. Having said that, the first few weeks, the caffeine, coming off the caffeine, oh my God, felt sick, headaches, migraine. It was really quite horrible. It just shows what a false stimulant all these foods are, really. And the other thing is, you've got to think certain foods, like I said, avocados, things I love, olive oil, are bad. They're not. The full-fat yogurts, those cocoa yogurts, the coconut yogurt, oh my God, it's absolute heaven. You feel more sated with those foods than a lot of the sort of diet foods you'd be on. And like you, I've done Slimming World, I've done them all, I've done fat-free, I've tried everything. And on all those diets, you've become so fixated on the food that you don't talk or think about anything else. But again, that's gone, it's sort of relaxed, it's more relaxed. You've got your plate, you know you're learning so much really off George. That knowledge was all there, but it was all, I wasn't doing it.
Thank you both. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening, another evening this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.